like a beacon of bright stars. I was alive, but wandering far until I found a lighthouse guiding me out the dark. When I'm scared, I send a flare and you're here in a flash. When I ask, oh dear love, where did we come from? You say the light, the sun. I had the will and mission, but the wrong position. I was open, praying for a sign, until I found a lighthouse in your heart, shining like a beacon of bright stars. I was alive, but wandering far until I found a lighthouse guiding me out the dark.
I've heard stories of distant lands, realms I long to reach. Your voice, it beckons me to go to worlds unexplored, to leave behind my home and wander.
I've been treading water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. How we had to break apart. Don't tell me why we can't collide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn,
I feel the gravity pull and it keeps me awake. I would rather be here, lonely in space. I've made up my mind, I just wanna be free. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all. I'm taking the moment, starting all over. I wanna be free and live my own life in a new galaxy. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I can feel the memories fade, it's easing my mind. And I can finally breathe when I'm closing my eyes. I never realized what light years could do, but now I know I.
Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to D2 Round 11 in Las Vegas. Hello to everybody in the chat. This is our penultimate round of the season. We have Brazil next week, and that will conclude this season. Will we have a dry quali? Yes, we do. The only reason I say that is you think that would be obvious, but yesterday we had rain in the race. So I tell you what, I'm going to check in with the guys dead quick, see if there's any rain. Is there any rain in the race?
Yes.
Fuck off.
Yes.
Is there
Full
actually
race.
full
Yes.
This game must be glitched.
race? Right, I'll leave you alone.
Fucking hell.
That sounds so bloody happy.
Yeah, so rain for the entire race. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. So qualifying is going to be quite important now, and that may affect some people's setup. We may see some higher wings. Everybody will be on the soft tyre. Right. Boyd is first to leave the pit lane. Yep, we got rain the entire race, so this is going to be interesting. Big championship battle on the line as well between Wide Vader and Kayam. Wide Vader is currently at P1 in the championship. He is 25 points ahead of Kyan, so this could be a very important race for the pair of them. We've got a sprint race next week with a maximum points of 37. So if, is it 37? 25, 10, pole, fastest lap. Yeah. So yeah, 37 points available next weekend. So if Wide Vader can get a gap of 13 points on Kyan today, Wide Vader could be champion. So big race for them too. As always, feel free to put your predictions down below. But it looks like Void is going to be the first person on track today to set a time. Void going through the final corner flat out as he begins his lap. Into turn one, braking around 75 metres. It looks like there. Missed the apex slightly, cut over the pit entry line, or pit exit line, should I say. Flat out through the right-hander. DRS for the first sector. difficult braking zone for the what is a 90-degree right-hander. Misjudge this and you could end up on that wall on your left-hand side, getting front wing damage. Into sector 2, very tricky in this part, especially with 0-0 wings. That curb can really unsettle your car, as it did just a little bit from Void there. Down onto the next straight, slight kink to the right, flat out all the way through. And then a big 90-degree left-hander before we get onto the main DRS straight. Crucial you get a good exit here, and that's what Void does. Took a good line there. Burning all of his ERS. I think he's going to end up with all his ERS used by the end of by the time he gets to the end of this straight. DRS open for the second time this lap. Topping out at 204 miles per hour. Heavy braking zone. Careful you don't invalidate on that corner. And then it is just flat out to the line, making sure you use all your ERS. Short route to the line, keeping left. Void sets a 1:32.5. It's going to be Baguette next across the line. Can he beat Void's 32.5? No, he's half a second off. It's going to be his teammate Velezu next. He crosses the line. He sets a 33.6. Yeah, we'll put fastest lap on. There we are. We've got a Haas of Twiggy coming towards the final few corners. Twiggy needs some crucial points today, especially for the Constructors' Championship. With Haas, he crosses the line, goes quickest with a 32 flat. Next is going to be Rajvosa, our winner from last week. Crosses the line, sets a 1:31.3. Well, 1:31.4, but a very good lap time from him. Concept next across the line. Can he beat Rajvosa's time? No, he can't. It's a 1:31.4, so just over a tenth and a half off. Tushteri crosses the line next. He sets a statement with a 1:31.2. Alfie in there crossing the line with a 32.2. We've got a Red Bull crossing the line of Elias. He sets a 32.5. Next we've got the Alpine of Morgan, but she's invalidated, so she's on her way back into the pit lane. So the other man on track that's on a lap at the moment is Wide Vader, and he's got two Ferraris ahead. Is one of them on a lap? I think, is it Banyul? It's Banyul, and Banyul's on a lap, so Banyul is not obliged to get out of the way for this one. But that could really upset Wide Vader's lap here. Back onto hot lap he goes. He could get a nice tow from this, but I think by the end of that straight he will be too close. Wide Vader's taking the short route, Banyul going the long way round. Crucial they both get a good exit here, which they do. Yellow flag further down in the background. So it looks like Tushteri is waiting to give him a tow, but it's not going to be needed. He's taking one off Banyul. Into the heavy braking zone. Wide Vader's had to switch to non-ERS. So Banyul's going to be the first driver to cross the line. He's getting a little tow, and that McLaren's into the pits. Crossing the line, Wide Vader still manages a 1:31.4. Meanwhile, Banyul crossed the line with a 32 flat, so 6/10 difference. We'll go down the order. Jundi on the soft tyres. Oh no, sorry, it's the big Spartan. There we are, there's Jundi on his hard tyres. That's more like it. Is on a lap at the moment. His teammate just crossing the start line, beginning his lap. Kyan still in the pit lane. Our next championship contender needs a good qualifying here, needs a really good lap to try and get maximum points this weekend. We're getting an out lap currently. We're right on board with the big Spartan as he comes into sector 2, misses the apex slightly on the left there. Takes a bit of the curb, but it doesn't unsettle his car too much. Still got a lot of ERS to use. Need to try and keep close to them walls, minimise the distance around the track. Oh, he goes deep into that corner, nearly hits the wall. And I think we're going to see a lot of trouble there today, especially in the rain. Difficult to judge that braking zone, and I imagine we're going to see a couple of safety cars today, which could be crucial for this championship battle. Heavy braking zone. The big Spartan picks his braking point well. Misses the apex on the exit though. Oh, he is invalidated. I missed that. Not sure when he invalidated. It's riding on board with somebody that's invalidated, as you do. Jundy going around with the hard tyres. More Gans on a lap. A teammate on an out lap at the moment. Difficult through sector 2. Kick Sauber keeping left. Same for Morgan, she just needs to minimise the track there, try and keep tighter to the walls. Trying to pick up a toe from the car in front, it's the Williams. DRS activated. Topping out the car at 210. A lot better than somebody we saw before. I can't remember who it was, but they were topping out at 204. A little bit skirmish on the exit, but keeps it in between the lines. I'm going to cross the lap for our first lap of the evening. That's a 132.2, good enough for P7 at the moment by 5 1/1000ths in front of Alfie. Void has invalidated. Is Swooge on a lap? Swooge just beginning his lap. We're right on board with our championship contender at Cayenne at the moment, who is yet to set a lap time. And he needs a good one. Williams driver getting out of the way there. 8 minutes left of this session. ERS on medium, try and give him the most traction through sector 2. Oh, I thought he went a bit deep then. Squirmish a little bit on the exit, takes the curb nicely though. Very nice line through there. Changes the ERS to hot lap. Keeping a nice tight line in between them walls. Indecisive braking point. Takes a nice amount of the curb and gets a very good exit for the DRS straight. He's got a couple of cars ahead. I think it's the Kick Saubers at the moment, giving each other a tow. DRS open, using as much ERS as he can by the looks of it. Into the heavy braking zone, it's the final corner really. Very nice from Kayam. A nice tidy lap that should have put him up there. Swooge didn't improve by the looks of things. Crosses the line. Cayenne only good enough for P5. So he still needs another 3 attempts to try and put himself on pole position. So it's very close there at the top. 2 McLaren drivers crossing the line. AlphaTauri Wolf. Slower lap for him. Contact crossing the line, about to begin his lap. We've got the 2 Ferraris coming towards the final corner. Banyul is not on a lap. Is Alfie? Alfie is. He's 4 tenths up on his time. Crosses the line. P6 for Alfie. Good lap time from him. Almost a 6/10 improvement. Good work from him. We've got the 2 Alpha Aston Martin boys next. Alezu is invalidated. And Baguette has run out of fuel, so they'll both be on the way into the pits. Elias will be next to cross the line. Alfie P6, yeah, it was a good lap. He improved by 6 tenths as well. Still only 1 driver at a time, but we have got rain for the full race, so quality is one thing, that is another. Elias takes P6 off Alfie, that drops him down to P7. Good lap time from the Red Bull driver. Reg Volsa crosses the line, goes P1 with a 30.9. Very good lap time from him. Very good lap time. 3 tenths difference as Wide Vader into the pits, Twusteria also into the pits. We'll have a look at the McLaren drivers. I didn't see that was the big Spartan going up to P9. Concepcion into the pits. AlphaTauri Wolf the same. Cayenne, I think, is also into the pits. So 5 minutes left of this session. So still time for some drivers. Twiggy's on an out lap. He's going for another run. Alfie will be on the way back to the pits and out of fuel. So I think we've only got Twiggy on a lap at the moment. Twiggy heading down the first DRS straight. This is the apex by about a tyre, but he's a 10th up in the first sector. Difficult braking zone into the second sector, misses the apex. It's a bit of a sloppy second sector from Twiggy. That 10th he gained previously, he might have just lost. Currently sitting P10. Elias has retired. Let's see if we can get an onboard from Morgan. There we are. So he's hit the advertisement board on the exit towards the final corner. So P6 is all Elias can achieve today. And we may see him drop further down the order. Twiggy now backs off his lap. Will he try and gain some ERS or will he go into the pit lane? He's got enough time. He has enough time. Both Aston Martin drivers are out. So the main two at the moment, Cayenne P5, Wide Vader P6, only a 10th separate them. Only 100th separates the McLaren driver behind, so it's going to be an interesting final few minutes. LMAO are lagged into the wall. Oh, dear old. I thought you just took too much entry speed, but it did look a bit wide. Unfortunate. But a 31.5 is a good lap time. Only 3 100ths off Cayenne at the minute, but yeah, would have been nice to go for a final run. Have we got anybody on the lap? Morgan's on a lap as she heads down the DRS straight. She's improving by about 3 tenths, which will put her into the 131s and up to P9 at the moment. Does she have any pace left in the final sector? I think she does in this final corner. She got a bit squirmish on the exit last time. That's a lot better this time. Will she be able to get anything more out of this lap? Crosses the line, P9. She improves by just over half a second. So it's a 31.6 for her, and unless she has enough fuel, that may be her last run. But I think she'll have enough fuel. Will she? I saw a fuel light then. We will see. I got the problem where it stutters and not internet lag. Tried to fix it. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a PC issue. Or either that or it's a game issue, I don't actually know which one, but yeah, it's not an internet thing. Banyo retires, he retired in the pit lane. Twiggy's also going to retire. I would totally got P1 otherwise. Yeah. But same with me yesterday. If it didn't rain, I would have been P1. In my dreams. Twiggy retire. He won't be out. The big Spartan's not going to set another lap time. We'll keep an eye on the Aston Martin boys. Baguette has invalidated, but he's going to have enough time for a go for another run. Alezu has not. That's Twusteria on a lap. Yeah, into turn 1. So we'll keep an eye on Alezu. Can he improve on what is currently P13? Maybe braking zone down to second gear. Wide Vader, the car in front, getting ready to start his lap. Alezu crosses the line. He's slower by a 1/10.5. Morgan getting ready to start her lap. In the background we've got Cayenne about to go for his final lap. We've got a McLaren of AlphaTauri Wolf. He's not on a lap. Got Raj Vosa. He's getting ready to start his lap also. Red Bull of Manic. Oh, oversteers a lot there towards the final corner. And that is going to be his qualifying over. Yes, it is. Concept, he's going to be to cross the line. He's improving by 4 tenths. Will it be good enough for pole position? Yes, it is. It's a 30.8. It's a great lap time from him. Twoosh there is going to be next to cross the line. Twoosh improves by 2 tenths, but it's not good enough to move position. We've got Alfie crossing the line next. He's invalidated, so that lap time won't count. Cayenne currently in sector 2, while Wide Vader coming towards the final few corners. We're right on board with Baguette as he's coming up to the line, and what's going to be his final lap of this session. Baguette crosses the line in slower by half a second. Right, Wide Vader improving by 3 tenths. Will it be good enough for pole? Do they have anything in the final corner? No, he doesn't. He stays P4. So the eyes are all on Cayenne. He's 2 tenths up at the moment. He's going to need a lot more than that. And he goes deep and hits the wall. He's not going to improve on this run. Cayenne will certainly not improve. Jundy went P10 in the meantime. Cayenne will not improve. AlphaTauri Wolf's going to cross the line. He's up by half a tenth. He stays P13. So there we are. Concept in the McLaren topping the charts on his very last lap. What a great lap time from the McLaren driver. Raj also settling for P2. Boosteri improving on that final run. Kept the P3 position. But qualifying is one thing, the race is another, especially in different conditions. So it's going to be an interesting race. There we are, we got our 2 title contenders, P4, P5, Concept topping the Vegas qualifying with a 30.8. That's a great lap time for him. In retrospect, what would that have got him yesterday? 30.8. That would have been good enough for P8 in D1 yesterday. D1 we had a 29.7, which, yep, from Harvey, if you're listening, is just ridiculous. That was a great quality time, but there we are. Elias managing to keep P6 there at the end, so oh wow, that looks torrential. Oh, that's well worse than what it was yesterday. Oh no, this is going to be an interesting race. Yep, I'm seeing a lot of funny gifs, a lot of funny comments in the D2 chat of all the rain. Dun, 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 dun. So I don't know if we have a. So we're getting told to ready up on the hour, which is in 2 minutes' time. So I've still got a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, feel free to put your predictions down in the chat. Quality merchant at its finest. Yeah, very good quality, Alfie. Just try and keep it in between the lines and bring that Ferrari home. In the meantime, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a look at the standings. So there are your Division 2 standings. So Wide Vader currently P1, 219 points. Neither of the top 2 will take the extra point for pole position. I'll go to Concept. So the gap is still 25 points. Yeah, Wide Vader will need a lot to try and win the championship here, but certainly is possible. Yeah, Curtis, I don't think he's going to make it. Rajvosa could see himself move up to P3 today. If he can get himself in the points. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting. Well, we'll go and race director because we've got a few minutes. So it looks like everybody's on wets apart from Alfie. Alfie, if you're listening, just letting you know, everybody else is on wets. The weather does look quite torrential out there. Almost time to ready up. Alfie changes to wets. Need a bit of insight knowledge. Having the stream on helps. Anything else I need to see from the D2 chats? No, nothing else. Good luck to everybody racing today. We should have lights out in around 10 seconds time. DRS will be disabled, so it doesn't look like we're going to see any DRS chicken today, which is always a bonus. Here we are. We've got 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Vegas, and it's lights out and away we go. Concept seems to get a good start. A lot of wheel spin off the line. Heading into turn 1, side by side with Rajvosa. Rajvosa going the long way around the two Saubers side by side. Everybody looking like they're making it through one piece. There's an Aston Martin there that looked a bit out of shape. Rajvosa's now down into P3. Oh, and who's lining the wall? It's Twusteri. He's lost his front wing. Kyan up into P3. He's had a very good start to this race, as has Wide Vader. So Twusteri already on the back foot. That wing damage is really going to cost him in this weather. Alfie up into P6. He's had a good start to this race. Jundi under a little bit of pressure from the Aston Martin of Alezu, who's got the inside, and the next Aston Martin's coming up his inside as well. It's going to be tight going through here. He's had to go off the track, and he gets 3 seconds instantly for it, not even a warning. So we might see that towards the back end of the race. Banyol making up a position. He's up into P10, making a move on Alezu. So we're going to see a lot of sliding. There we go. Oh, who's that? That's a Red Bull of... Who was that? Was that Elias? It might... I think it was Manic. And he's touched the wall again for good measure. He's surely have lost some wing there. Yeah, he's lost his front wing end plate. So Wide Vader takes the lead of this race down the main straight. Concept looking to fight back. No, I think he's going to stay behind. Rajvosa retakes the position on Kyan. Twusteri there, you can see his damage, his front left wing end plate. Alfie managing to get through with no damage. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Who is that? That is Void. No, it's not. It's Manic Memory. We've got a virtual safety car. So Manic is missing a huge chunk of his wing. So he surely will pit. And you got to be careful on this pit entry. Void and AlphaTauri Wolf battling out a little bit. Manic taking his time into the pits. Let's get our penalties on. So crucial, everybody stays in between the delta. It's the last thing you want is a drive through. Can you see the damage on Swooge there? Yeah, so it's just a front wing end plate caused by an incident with Rajvosa. Alezu gets a drive-through penalty. He's exceeded the delta. So unfortunate from the Aston Martin driver. We'll cut back to the front of the grid. Wide Vader looks like he gets away okay. I think the Sauber of Twooge was looking to try and be at least ahead of Kyan on lap 1. As he could have helped his teammate out there. There he is, strategy looking like a wet-to-wet strategy. We'll cut further down the grid as we come towards that treacherous corner. Oh, is that missing a front wing end plate? It's Banyol. The McLaren making a move on Twiggy. Manik has got that front wing fixed, and even though he's 20 seconds behind, he could be right back in it if we do see a safety car, which, looking at the conditions, could be highly likely. Cayenne 1.5 seconds off the front three. Needs to try and lower that gap. AlphaTauri Wolf and Twiggy battling out. Twiggy on the inside. AlphaTauri Wolf may have got a warning there. The McLaren driver comes out on top as we see Wide Vader sliding into turn one. Showed very good pace yesterday. It's right on board with Jundy and Banyul. Jundy likes the wet weather conditions, but I don't know if he'll like it in Vegas. Morgan all over the back of Elias as she looks to pass around the outside. Gets that move done before the corner. Goes in a little bit deep, making sure she doesn't get wing damage. Who was that? Saw something flail off somebody. Yeah, I think it was Elias. Elias missing a bit of his front wing. I'm not sure where that was, whether it was under braking with Morgan. Cayenne now 2.1 seconds adrift. Twooge still keeping with him, even though he's got that front wing damage. Concept falling off the back of Wide Vader. Looks like he had a moment. Concept was 1.1 seconds adrift, and he's caught right up to the back of Vader, as he looks like he's going to pass the Sauber driver down the main straight, and is Rajvosa going to go for a move as well? Concept manages to get the move done, but will Rajvosa? Wide Vader's coming back at him. He's side by side, but he gets in front before the braking zone. As they head through the little chicane, as Twooge has now managed to make a pass on Cayenne, as Rajvosa has also made a pass. We've got a yellow flag down at the back. Rajvosa is now up into P2. He's side by side with the McLaren driver into turn one. Rajvosa taps Wide Vader, and I think that's cost him. He oversteers a little bit, and he's gone again. Saves it from the wall, just really struggling for traction, as you can see. Sliding around the first few corners. Did he get wing damage? No, it doesn't. It looks like he's got away okay. Cayenne looking to make a move onto Usteri. They all stay through single file. So it looks like Elias is pitted. Alezu served his drive-through. Rajvosa really struggling for grip out there, but Concept applying some pressure on Wide Vader now. So them two fighting away will be good news to the guys further down. As you can see, the gap has got a lot tighter now. Alfie still keeping that P6 position. Very good job from him so far. Morgan trying to hunt him down 2.9 seconds adrift. No moves further down. So without the use of DRS, it will be a lot more difficult to pass. As we can ride on board with Wide Vader as he's gaining on the McLaren driver and passes the McLaren driver before the braking zone. Wide Vader doing very well in D1 yesterday. Started P14, I think. Got himself all the way up to P4. So showing he does have race pace. Twooge still staying out with that wing. I think he knows he can't go to the end of the race on another set of wet tyre, and he will be relying on a safety car a little bit. Concept still staying with Wide Vader, showing him it's just not a one-man race. Rajvosa starting to catch up to the back of these two just a little bit, gained a little bit of composure. 1.3, 1.2 seconds away now as we head into sector 2. Twooge also managing to keep with the front runners. Cayenne just sitting behind Twooge for the time being. Cayenne not showed the out and out pace that we know he usually has. So nobody really close Baguette. He's close to Banyo, currently P11, so he's in the points up to now, but he's got a little bit of pressure from AlphaTauri Wolf. Down behind, will the McLaren driver look to make a move? He's going to stay behind in what is a very difficult braking zone, especially into there. In the rain yesterday, it was showing a red line all the way through, so you never actually know when to brake. Will AlphaTauri Wolf make a move down the straight? He's side by side with the Aston Martin driver, and he gets that move done. He's up into P11. Cayenne has now really fallen off the back of Twooge, as I was going to say Wide Vader showing the pace up front, but Raj Bosa matches his time. It's a 1:45.2. Fastest lap of this race. As the drivers start to get used to the conditions. Tyres getting up to temperature. Cayenne now 2 seconds adrift from Twooge. Baguette retaking that position on AlphaTauri Wolf. Does Baguette have a damaged front wing? Yes, he does. He's missing his front right wing end plate. As you can see him struggle into that right hand turn. And AlphaTauri Wolf thought about getting alongside, but he's going to stay behind. So the race has now started to spread out just a little bit. Not many people within a second of each other, but Rajvos has caught right up to the back of the front two. He's now within half a second, sorry, not half a tenth of concept. Meanwhile, Twoo just fell off the back of the front three, struggling now. Will Rajvos look to make a move down the DRS straight? No DRS enabled in this rain. Under braking, is he broke late? Oh, you can see Rajvosa trying to do everything possible to make sure he didn't run into the back of the McLaren driver then. Did well to get the car stopped. It's always hard because you've got that knock-on effect. As Wide Vader sets a new fastest lap. Concept braking just a little bit earlier to make sure he doesn't run into the back of Wide Vader. And then that has that repercussion on Rajvosa. Alfie, in the meantime, running a very good race in his Ferrari at the moment. He's still 5 seconds drift from the cars in front, but he's kept that gap of over 2 seconds on Morgan behind. As Elias and Void. Elias going up the inside of turn one. Void looking to go for a bit of a switchback. Elias looks like he gets that move done. Void, will he be able to fight back? Elias going a little bit wide. He's still got that missing front wing end plate on the Red Bull. Void, will he go up the inside? He's late braking. Will that cost him? He's into the wall. Void desperate to make that move. Brakes well too late. Oh, and good job he was ghosted then. And you can see how much of his front wing gear is missing now. So Elias stuck to his braking point. Did well there. Up to P14. While Void in the meantime is definitely going to have to get that front wing changed. Alezu also going past there. He's up to P15. So the front three all sticking with each other. Ryan's going to need something like a safety car here to try and even get a podium at this rate. He's what, over 5 seconds off a podium position at the moment. And Raj also sets a new fastest lap, and AlphaTauri Wolf goes past Baguette once again. I don't know if it is me, but it doesn't look like it's raining very hard. Right on board. Yeah, so we might have a crossover onto intermediate tyres here. We'll see. I think it'll be bold whoever does it. As Boyd makes his way towards the pits. Difficult, because if Wide Vader gets it wrong and chooses the wrong tyres, it could be the difference of seeing P1 on points, really. Maybe not points, but I think he's still quick enough for points. Boyd gets 10 seconds on his way into the pit lane. So, oh, Alfie looks like he's had a moment somewhere as Morgan and Jundy have caught right up to the back of him. So a bit of commentator's curse. So now he's got a position to fight for. So we've got a battle for P6, 7 and 8. Jundy does have them 3 seconds, but I imagine he is going to appeal that. Meanwhile, Alpha's teammate Baniel starting to come under a little bit of pressure from Alpha Tyrrell behind. Twiggy caught up to the back of Baguette. Meanwhile, Jundy makes a move on Morgan and looks to make a move on Alfie. Getting a little bit too close to comfort. Jundy down the inside of the Ferrari driver as he broke too late. He's tapped the wall and now he's tapped Alfie. Has that resulted in front wing damage? I hope not for Alfie's sake. Jundy misjudging his braking point there. He has got away with one, but has Alfie. Alfie's still got his front wing intact. Morgan, will she look to make a move into turn 1 up the inside? No, it's a bit indecisive. Alfie keeping hold of that P6 at the moment, but he goes wide in turn 2. Morgan's going to get the better run. Alfie covering across, covering that inside line, goes back to the outside line for the braking point. As they head into sector 2. And what I imagine will be single file. Morgan definitely get a warning right there, I think. I presume that's how this game works sometimes, I can never tell. Alfie not getting the best of exits there as we head down towards the main DRS straight. Pick your braking point. You're going to be careful with the other drivers braking early. Everybody looks like they get a good exit as Rajvolsa and Concept battling it out, but let's keep an eye on these three. Alfie currently P6, but will he end the DRS straight? Still in P6. Morgan looking to put a bit of pressure on now. I imagine both cars are burning. Alfie comes across to defend the position. Jundy braking a lot earlier this time after last lap. Morgan looks like she got a better run on the exit of that corner. I don't think she's going to be close enough to make a move, but Jundy's far closer. Jundy, will they make a move? Oh, Jundy's on the inters. Safety car, safety car, safety car. Who have we lost? The big Spartan dives into the pits. Why have we got a safety car? He gets 10 seconds for it. Is it Boyd? Going very slow. Front wing still intact. Baguette. Still got his front wing. Manic misses front wing end plate. I'm not sure why we have the safety car. I'm completely honest. Yeah, when did Jundy pit? When did Jundy put the inters on? Oh, he must have started on the inters. Ah, so the inters clearly working. Jundy managing to keep up with the two out in front. But what will the front three pit for? So I imagine we'll get his front wing changed, but will he come out in front of Kayam? Kayam 2.2 seconds away. As it stands, we'll have a look at our tyres as I imagine the front three will all head into the pit lane, making sure they don't speed into the pit lane and making sure they don't get any damage from another driver. Concept, is he looking to make a move in the pit lane? There we go, the front three make it in safely. The big Spartan gets 3 seconds. Tweed also in the pits. So concept on the inters. Wide Volsa, Reg Volsa on the inters. Swoosh Stary getting a front wing changed. Where will he come out with Kyan? Kyan comes out in front. He's on the inters. Alfie also in the pits. Intermediate tyres. Jundi, same. Everybody's onto the inters. Understandably so. Same for AlphaTauri Wolf, Swiggy. There we are. Everyone is on the intermediate tyres. As the big Spartan coming out just in front of the McLaren driver, but behind the Ferrari driver of Banyul. So I'm not actually sure what caused safety car. I'm going to ask. Does anybody know what caused the safety car?
Nope.
Not a clue.
Nope. Same.
Probably
I-
Alfie being Alfie, I think.
No, it wasn't.
I'm
Alfie.
I know it was Alfie. I was thinking of it.
I'm happy it came out. I accidentally underfueled.
Accidentally. How'd you underfuel in
Accidentally.
this wet race?
Yeah, because I wanted to go well, not full. I wanted to go, equal laps to fuel, but I underfueled by half a lap, and I only recovered 0.10 through this whole
Oh,
stint.
really?
So I'm
Even
surprised.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and Twiggy want to inquire if Alfie's dad is driving for him.
Why? Because he's currently P6.
He's doing really well, to be quite frank.
He get qualified as both. And he's
Don't-
I know, yeah.
I'm trying to say as little as I can about Alfie because I said he was having a really good race. He's 2.3 seconds in front of Morgan, and then the next lap he was in a tenth of Morgan. So something happened. So I commented.
Okay, so let's just leave him be then.
Yeah.
Let him drive his race. Yeah, he knows what he found his K1. So let's leave him.
You know, I also noticed Twiggy, your car number 69.
Whoa, whoa,
Grow up.
whoa!
Whoa. 2 cars have just pretended to go into the goddamn pits then.
AI.
AI.
Yeah,
Oh.
they cut the corner.
I was talking with you and like
I know you did.
ha ha ha
Twiggy,
ha.
did you just get
And
damage?
Who is it? You and who else? Who's in front of
No,
you?
I didn't. Oh,
both
no,
did it.
I don't know.
You did. You've got a front wing end plate missing.
Shit.
Yeah, I lost a little
You thought
bit
you
as
could
well.
lie to us, yeah?
Anyway,
I wasn't concentrating on where we were at the track.
you've got no information from me regarding the safety car, so. Ciao.
No, didn't see nothing.
Right, no information. So I don't actually know why the safety car has come out. Void, we will wait for him to catch up. So I don't think the safety car is going to be in this lap. It will be next lap. Let's have a look on the D2 chat. Couple of comments on the Swooge AI safety car. Almost pitting him once again. Same with Kyan. Yeah. AI pitting people almost caught a few people out there. I've been there. Singapore. Never forget. It also did it to me again recently, but I can't remember where. I want to say Spa. Not wrong. Manic says he's struggling. Yeah, it's difficult conditions out there. Raj also currently holding the fastest lap. Manic, you do have 3 seconds. The conditions look like they're easing up a little bit. Still raining by the looks of things. Yeah, we're not seeing the safety car in this lap, but we should see it in next lap. It was worse in the dry. Oh, fair enough. Never mind then. Never mind. Anything can still happen. I mean, at least there's been a safety car for you, so it's allowed you to catch back up to the pack. after getting that front wing damage. I don't know why the safety car happened though. Oh, Manik is in the pits as he gets that front wing changed and a new set of intermediate tyres. What are the Red Bull guys waiting for? Hate this track, to be honest. I'm good in the way. Yeah, I hate Vegas. I don't know why. It's not like I'm just not quick. I don't have an actual hatred for it. May I? So it was AI. So you are the first driver to be caught out into the pits. To be fair, they've replaced your front wing. I don't know if your front wing was damaged in the first place, but you should catch up before the second sector. As you see the lovely sphere there. Both Mercedes drivers missing out today, so it's the safety car filling in for them. Just double check everybody's damage. Yes, so everyone looks like they're okay for damage by Twiggy, Elias. Oh. Yeah, just Twiggy and Elias with front wing damage. Everybody else seems alright. Are we going to see the safety car in this lap? I'm not sure when we'll get the notification. I imagine it'll be around now. There we are. Safety car in this lap. Vader will start to back the pack up. Another wet race. Glad I missed it, JW Curtis. Yeah. Yesterday was difficult as well. I didn't think we'd get wet race in Vegas. But there's still chance for Brazil as well. Oh, is Raj also getting a bit too far alongside there? As Wide Vader will go as late as possible, I imagine. He has to go before the checkered flag, and there we go. He gets this race back underway. That is Kyan already looking to make a move on the McLaren driver. He's had a good start to this safety car. He's trying to go around the outside. It'll be difficult out there. He's had a good start. Everybody keeping single file. Alfie still P6. That's an Aston Martin going side by side with Elias. Sorry, the big Spartan. So Lezu up into P14. He gets that move done before the braking zone. Oh, but is he misjudged it? No, he's okay. He's got away with that one. We'll cut back to the front. In the meantime, Concept managed to get a move done on Rajvosa after being put under pressure by Kyan. So, good job from the McLaren driver. Brazil triple points, yeah. I think even that might not help by the end of today. But yeah, that was. Who we got? So mainly fighting towards the back, Manic, Memory, and the big Spartan. Manic getting a bit of oversteer there, not getting the best of exits. Might have to burn a bit of VRS down the straight to try and keep his position. As Rajvosa and Concept swapping positions once again. Rajvosa back up into P2. Concept looking to come back on him down the inside. Side by side into a very tight sector of the track. Rajvosa just manages to come out on top. Doubt it. Hopefully Kyan does well for a good final race. Yeah, same. Yeah, it would be nice to see a competitive final race as Concept looks to dive up the inside. A bit of a feint move, but Wide Vader currently demanding out up front, 1.6 seconds adrift. Kyan currently P4. What is the points gap between them two at the moment? So the difference is 10 points. So as it stands, it will go towards the final race of the season. Kyan would have to drop a few places, but the Sauer of Trusteri could have a part to play in that. Excuse me. Alfie dropping a little bit off the front 5. The big Spartan gets another 3 seconds, so he's on 6 now. Alfie under a little bit of pressure from Jundy. Manic making a move on Baguette. Baguette now down into P14. As Kyan has made a move on Concept. Kyan is up into P3. Twiggy's had a moment somewhere. Twiggy's gone deep. I imagine he's got front wing damage, but Twooge also passing Concept. Will he look to make a move on Kyan down the DRS straight? Passes with ease to steer it up into P3. So these guys now 2 seconds adrift from Rajvolsa out in front. So Concept had a really bad middle sector somewhere. He's going to have to try and fight his way back through the pack. Also, the fastest lap is important here. As Rajvolsa just set that. Concept's missing his bit of his front wing. Front right wing end plate. So not sure where he's managed to get that. So that's going to cost him. So Kyan stays P4 after all that. Twooge getting himself up into P3. Kyan applying a bit of pressure. Twooge will be wanting to do all he can to keep the Alpine behind, not just for himself, but also for the Constructors' Championship. Manic and Elias battling it out. Manic trying to go around the outside, get the better exit, which he does. It's a good move on his teammate. Does have that front wing damage. That's Elias. As we move down the order, we've got a yellow flag. That Alezu. Oh, Alezu missing the braking point. He's had to do a 360 and let Twiggy pass. There we go. So he's the second driver to do that. Twiggy being the first. As Rajvolsa's had a moment somewhere. Twooge Sterry up into P2. Well, I didn't have that after lap 1. After Twooge getting wing damage on lap 1, he's now all the way up into P2. Concept looking to make a move on Rajvolsa. In the flat left-hander, they tap side pods. Rajvolsa hits the wall. Does Rajvolsa have damage? He's braking late. Concept taps the rear of the V-carb. Rajvolsa doesn't look like he's got damage and he's going to keep that position, but Concept trying to fight back up the inside. The side-by-side as we head down to the turn 3. Who's going to be the later breakers? Still side-by-side. Rajvolsa taps the exit, the wall on the exit. I don't think I saw any bit of carbon coming off his car. Oh, is Rajvolsa getting all out of shape there? Very easy place to bin it, especially if you're not running traction. So Wide Vader starting to run away with this a little bit. 4 seconds out in front. Kyan in the meantime dropped down to P5. So it's not been a good start from him for the safety car restart. He did get himself up into P3, but he dropped off just a little bit. Twooge Sterry on the other hand has had a great safety car restart all the way up to P2. Alezu gets 3 seconds. As we see a bit of, I think that was a Haas. Twiggy's not having the best of races here. He's going to have to pit. That front wing is in bits. Alezu looks like he's doing all right. Wide Vader takes the fastest lap of this race, which, like we mentioned before, could be important. So at the moment, he's taking on 26 points. This race has gone so quick, we've only got 7 laps remaining. We'll have a look at more the title fight as we get further on in the race, as we get to around lap 22-ish, where it would be almost impossible to see another safety car. For the moment, Wide Vader 4 seconds out in front. As it's now a battle for the podium spots. Jundy managing to make a move on Alfie in the meantime. Alfie P7. He's had a very strong race today. Currently 1.3 seconds in front of Morgan. As Manic, and AlphaTauri Wolf come together. AlphaTauri Wolf was in the wall there. He's lucky he's not DNF'd. Does he have any damage? No, surprisingly not. I think it was just rear tyre up against that wall. He's not actually doing any front wing damage. So he's got away with one there. As the two Aston Martin boys, currently P16, P17. So Baguette not showing the pace that he had out in, where were we last week? Portugal. Yeah, Portugal last week. So Tweed actually catching up to Vader just a little bit. He's gained half a second. Concept still struggling with that front wing damage. Concept going wide there. Kayan's got the inside line. He's up into P4. It's an easy pass for the Alpine driver. Will Concept look to fight back? He's gaining. He goes to the inside. Under braking. Side by side, the collider wheels. Kayan's in the wall and DNF'd. Kyle is out of the session. And we get a safety car. That could be what Wide Vader needs to win this championship. Let's have a quick look at the standings. Currently, as it stands, Wide Vader will be 51 points clear. Kayan has retired from this race, side by side with Concept. So I'm sure we'll see that in the FIA room after this, but Wide Vader now just needs to get how many points? 13? And he will be the world champion of D2. So currently Wide Vader needs to finish P4 or above. Or P5 and above with the fastest lap. So Twiggy gets a drive through after speeding under the safety car. Yeah, that was unfortunate, Curtis. Hello, Husky. Yeah, we can't park there. Why did you let me choose D1? Well, D2 was more than D1 was more than D2 last week. But yeah, D1's going to be an easy one for you this week. Yeah, D2's going to be tricky. So, Swooj Pits. Is that his AI? Swooj, is that your AI? Oh, you got front wing damage.
I had small front wing damage. I had bigger front wing damage when I entered the pit. But I thought that, judging by yesterday race, new tires will help me.
Okay, it's going to be a lot from P11, but fair play. Yep, Vader only needs to get P5 to win the Drivers' Championship.
Oh well, hang on. Let's not jinx him. Touch metal. Touch metal.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Twiggy, what happened with you?
oh!
Oh no!
What
Have you
happened,
just spun?
Twiggy?
No, he
No,
retired in the pit lane.
Yeah, it's
oh,
fucking
not change your wing?
stupid. Yeah, it gives me a drive through for no reason and then doesn't change my wing.
Give you a drive for speeding. You were over the delta.
Yeah, but there was still like 10 seconds to slow down when I was slowing down.
Yep, you were over the delta.
Fucking
There could have been.
But he still had 10 seconds to reduce his delta.
No.
Yeah.
You had Kayan jumping out his car, clearly unsafe on this track, and you're going over the delta. Do you know? You could have killed somebody.
Yeah, but I'm not a tractor, am I?
Fucking
Well,
hell,
in that hash, yeah. Sorry, you walked right into that one. But yeah, best of luck for the final 5 laps.
Cheers, mate. I need it.
I'll be
You
keeping a keen
can
eye on
you can let
YouTube.
everyone know I will be getting rid of this 3 seconds.
I did. We did see it lap
Bullshit.
1. I wouldn't say you were forced off track, but you left the track, and it just give you an
I
instant
fucking
3
had to.
seconds. A little more of a yeah, a little more of a skill issue than a.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, next time I'll just smash into a legend and tell it fuck off out the way.
That's what you normally do.
Oh. Fucking hell. We'll come
Anyway.
back to commentary.
Commentary. Who's from commentary?
What do you mean, not doing comments?
Oh, comment. I thought you said Coventry.
Well, you can fuck up back there as well, I suppose.
Anyway,
You're not from there, lad. Fuck off.
I presume. Let me check your warnings.
I've only got one.
Right, P4. No, you got 2.
Yeah, one's at fucking 3 seconds.
No. So you got 2. One on lap 8, one on lap 9, and then you got the 3 seconds on lap 1, which will be your 3rd.
Yep. You can tell everyone.
Lap 8 and lap 9, you got a warning.
No, the warning on. All right, the warning was. All right, is it not the collision warning?
I don't know. It just says warning.
Right, it might be the collision warning.
Oh, maybe it's collision. Okay.
Yeah, fuck you all.
Well, remember to record race director.
Yep.
Yes, thank you, Twitch.
And make sure you get your POV for lap 8 and lap 9.
Okay, fair enough. Be steamrolling into the side of Alfie. Fuck off, Alfie.
Right, so Tudor's boxed. He's currently sitting lap 10. But he is on the fresh intermediate tyres. Did anybody else pit during that? Nope. So Tudor's... Oh, Manic did, but he's on full wets. So there we are. Safety car is in this lap. So Wide Vader could be taking home the championship here today in Vegas. All he has to do is get P5 or above, which is looking highly likely at the moment. I've said my controller. Oh, unfortunate. The Big Spartan dropping down the order. Not sure what has happened there. As Manic gets a drive through for ignoring yellow flags, as I presume he is on his way into the pit lane. Yep, and he will retire from this race. So Wide Vader gets us underway for the 2nd time today. Rajvolsa not going to be close enough to try and make a move. Concept still got that front wing damage. Jundy with them 3 seconds. Obviously, like I said, he's trying to get that removed after the race. Elias making moves. He's up into P8. We've got Twoostery and the Big Spartan side by side. The Big Spartan. Are we going to go 3 wide? Are we going to go 3 wide? Elias very sensibly backing out of that. Twooge manages to make a move. He gets up 2 positions, so he's up into P8. That was very scary for a moment there. Alfie now up into P5. He's having a great race at the moment. Twooge Derry be looking to fight back though and retake that position off him. So Rajvos is the only man that can keep a Wide Vader at the moment. Concept already 1.2 seconds adrift. That front wing damage will not be helping, and Jundy will have to make a move quick. Twooge making moves. He's up into P7. So we need to try and make those new tyres work, as Wide Vader has been overtaken by Rajvosa. Wide Vader looking to come back though. He needs to be careful. Oh, Rajvosa's gone deep. Wide Vader's going to get a much better exit here. But will he have the ARS? Rajvosa struggling, taps the exit. Wide Vader's going to have the inside line, but it's going to be very difficult flat out here in the wet conditions. They're going to get tangled. Oh, so close. Rajvosa sets the fastest lap of this race, and he goes deep into turn 1. It's going to be an easy pass for Wide Vader. We've got a yellow flag further in the background. It's the Big Spartan. He's DNF'd. I think he's DNF'd into the pit lane. So that is Void up into P11. So 4 DNFs this session. 2 voluntary. Or 3 voluntary, sorry. So Wide Vader is now back up into P1. We're on lap 23 of 25. Jundy needs to try and make some moves quickly to try and at least get 3 seconds in front of Alfie. It's currently 2 seconds, so we need another 1 between the next 2 laps. Twooge up into P7 and he's trying to pass Morgan next. He's going to have much more grip. He's going to try to go around the outside and he's drifting. He needs a good exit onto the main straight, especially with those new tyres. And I imagine he's going to burn a little bit of ERS to try and get past the Alpine. He is gaining. He's going to go around the outside. And he gets that move done up into P6 for Twooge. Rajvosa, in the meantime, manages to take P1. So Concept manages to get back closer to these front 2 as they've been squabbling away. Jundy dropped off the back of the front 3. As Twooge looking to make a move on Alfie. So he's back up into P5. Very good move from Twooge there. Alfie, not much he could do. So it looks like Jundy's going to have to try and eke out some more time as he's got the Kick Sauber chasing him down. So Twooge at least manages to fire those new tyres up and make them work. Is Wide Vader going to make a move? No, he's not. He's going to sit in behind. Every driver going single file through sector 2. Void currently P12, and something I will check is Void is, yes, he does have points, so it won't be his first points of the season, so still time. As we're on the penultimate lap of this race, as Concept has now passed Wide Vader. So Wide Vader must have had a moment there. Still got his front wing intact. But Jundy still 1.2 seconds adrift. Twooge 1.3 seconds adrift from Jundy. So it looks like Twooge isn't going to be able to try and get back into the podium positions. I think he's going to be a little bit too far off unless anybody from the front has a little bit of a moment. Rajvosa is going to start the final lap of this race, 1.5 seconds out in front. AlphaTauri moves up into P12 and the final point scoring position. So Rajvosa, does he have wing damage there? Yes, Rajvosa missing his front left wing end plate. Concept missing his front right wing end plate. And there we are, our championship leader has 1 more lap to go to seal what has been a long season and a very strong season from the Sauber driver at that. He's put in some incredible performances and he's been very consistent throughout the whole season, and he's improved loads compared to the previous season. So he really does deserve it. Currently sitting P3. Will he want to make this P2, or is he looking to just get this green Sauber car home? Rajvosa now 2 seconds out in front. Twooge just managed to catch up to the back of Jundy. And as Jundy said, he's looking to try and get those 3 seconds removed at the end of this race. So Twooge will probably want to make a move. He makes a move in a very dangerous position. Jundy's going to come out on top there. Rajvosa is going to be too far in front. Will Wide Vader make a move towards the end of the DRS straight? Concept trying to defend his position. He puts Wide Vader towards the wall, but Wide Vader passes well before the corner. Jundy side by side. Twooge manages to get that move done. So Rajvosa is going to come home in P1 in what has been an incredible performance for him. And he is going to win the Vegas Grand Prix. but Wide Vader is going to come home and win his first ever World Drivers' Championship. Congratulations to him. Like we said, it's been a very dominant season. He's showed incredible pace. He's been so consistent. And yeah, he really does deserve it. So make sure you all go and congratulate Wide Vader down in whichever chat you want. Make sure you tag him. Congratulations to him. He comes home P2. Driver of the day is somehow Manic, even though he retired. So there we are. Radvolsa, our race winner today. Tu's taking the fastest lap of the race and manages to get P4. Wide Vader taking on P2 and the World Drivers' Championship here in a not so sunny Vegas. Kyan, Twiggy, Manic, all DNFing. Alfie taking on P7. Very well done to him. Morgan managing to take P6 off him on the final lap. But yeah, that is it for me. I will get the race director for anyone that needs it. There you are. So yeah, that is it for me. Huge congratulations to Wide Vader. Very well done and nice to secure it in Vegas so you can enjoy yourself in Brazil next weekend. Not the best circumstances to end on with Kyan DNFing. Congratulations to Raj Volsa as well on the win. But yep, that's all for me. If you've not already subscribed, please do. We really would appreciate it. And we will be back for the final week next week in Brazil. Thank you all for joining. Thank you to everybody that's keep me occupying the chat. And we'll see you next week.